Are you being smart with AI? I'm Dr. Mandy Meiskens from Real Good AI, and let's talk about that. As you may know or may not know, Real Good AI is working on educational programs. And we've already done this a time or two, but we're really honing how we're messaging how to be smart with AI to kids. And so we've come up with the acronym SMART. So SMART stands for specifics, math, ask first, recognize lies, and think before you share. Now let's talk just a teeny bit about each of those. So specifics. This is what that Sesame Street video was really getting at. When you're asking a question to an LLM, you don't want to be non-specific. If you just say, "Tell me a story," it's gonna tell you not exactly what you wanted, but if you had in your mind you wanted a horror story about Sesame Street, then, maybe it'll tell you that, but it would never have been able to guess those specifics if you hadn't told it that. And any context you can provide it will definitely help you in your quest to get a reasonable answer from it. Secondly, this one is very important for kids that the LLM itself is just a math tool, right? We all know that it's just underlying looking for patterns in data and repeating that. But when it's talking to a kid, it's really hard for them to separate talking to a human versus talking to an AI. And we need to make this distinction very clear for them right up front that no matter what it tells you, it is not your friend. Not that it's not helpful, like a friend could be, but it is not a human. It is not sentient. No matter what it says, that is it trying to behave like a human would say. Just to put that all out there first. Now, third is ask first, which there's a couple things, a couple dimensions to this, but first you need to ask an adult before you can use it because this program we did this to was originally younger kids before they should be actually interacting with AI, period. So we can jump in and make sure that they start off the right way. You cannot just go forward using ChatGPT and just click the box, yeah, I'm old, to start using it. You need to ask your parents for permission, but also in each context that you plan on using AI, you need to ask whether it's appropriate there. So teachers don't necessarily have policies set forward on when or when not to use AI on specific topics that they've maybe been teaching forever. Because once you've opened that box, once you've seen what's behind the ChatGPT window, it totally colors your opinion on everything. So they should ask prior to using anything. Now, this fourth one is recognize lies. And actually, in our program, when we did it, this was the one they really latched onto, and I was so proud because they immediately were like, "Oh yeah, well here's where it's wrong, and here's where it's wrong, and here's where it's wrong." So I think that this one is very important to get across, but I think it is going in really well that they know that it might lie to them and it might say completely nonsensical things that sound reasonable, and they need to double check it. I mean, like our generation, we had to check everything that Wikipedia said, but then it was usually right. Their generation, the plight is to check everything the LLM says. Finally, it is really important to this conversation is think before you share. Now, thinking about whether the information you want to put in the AI should be in the AI and should exist in that knowledge base forever, because once you say it, you can never get that information back. So, what do you think? Smart with AI?